So where do cells get the energy they need to perform all the activities of life? That's what we'll be talking about in this video. Energy is essential for society. Energy is also essential for life. Energy comes in many forms, but the two main categories are kinetic energy, or the energy of movement, and potential energy, or stored energy. Energy is often converted from one form to another, but this conversion is never 100% efficient. There are many forms of kinetic energy that are important for us. The movement of our vehicles, the movement of electrons in a conductive material, which we call electricity, and even the movement of our bodies. These are all forms of kinetic energy. Energy can also be stored in many ways. This can include positional energy, such as a rock at the top of a cliff or water behind a dam, concentration gradients in a solution, and also as chemical energy. Certain types of molecules have energy stored in them based on their chemical structure. This can include things like gunpowder, gasoline, and even sugar. Some organisms are able to convert solar energy, which is a form of kinetic energy, into chemical energy or potential energy, using a process called photosynthesis. Photosynthesis powers most of the ecosystems on our planet. Fossil fuels are the results of photosynthesis in the past. A long time ago, forests and other plant materials were buried. Over time, these plant materials were converted into coal, oil, and other forms of fossil fuels. During photosynthesis, carbon dioxide is converted into organic molecules, which store energy. When those organic molecules are broken down for energy, that carbon dioxide is released. This is why burning fossil fuels increases atmospheric carbon dioxide. Renewable sources of energy are not limited and can be regenerated as needed, whereas non-renewable sources of energy are limited and cannot be replaced. They also tend to lead to increased atmospheric carbon dioxide. So when we compare renewable and non-renewable sources of energy, solar, wind, biomass, water movement, and geothermal are all examples of renewable sources of energy. Coal oil, natural gas, and nuclear are examples of non-renewable sources of energy. But I do want to emphasize that nuclear energy does not typically increase the amount of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. While there are many sources of energy, it can be difficult to store energy until it is needed. Strategies can include storing water behind a dam, storing potential energy by lifting heavy objects up so that they can be dropped later, or storing energy as chemical energy. There is no way that our society can function without an energy source. There's no way that humans can survive without consuming food, our energy source. But we do have the ability to choose our sources of food and energy. Have you ever wondered if you're solar powered? That's what we'll be talking about in our next module.